All right, what is up? What is going on, all my kings and queens? This is Ugo, paramount real estate agent for Philadelphia and surrounding areas. And a lot of people did not notice, but I can handle Jersey, I can handle Delaware, and I can stomp the yard in New York. I got eyes and ears on the ground on all those places personally and nationally as well. So we out here, all right. Just want to make that clear. But big shout out first and foremost to everyone that came out to the past two workshops because it's been that long since I dropped the video. I apologize, and it's been very overwhelming the love that we're getting at Naca. And this is cool to the point where we're kicking people out, and I have to go and do another workshop, a mini workshop upstairs. So big support, and I love it. I love it. I love it. If this is the first video that you're watching, please participate, ask questions, get in touch with me. Don't be one of those quiet people that doesn't get through the program and then you leave a negative review online and be an internet gangster. Don't do that to yourself. Let's get you through this program. This is what I'm here to do, and this is what I am good at doing. So let's get into what we're going to do. And I'll be honest, this is going to go over. This is definitely going to go over. I typically try to keep it at 15 minutes. We're going to get over because it's stuff that I want to really dive into. Very proud of myself. We got a new business card, or new design for the business card. So that's what it looks like if you see it. I started handing them out last Saturday. Very, very impressed. That's just a side. And you guys can see a little Naca program on here because I am Naca's #1 agent. You can ask Deborah. I'm tough like that. So anyways, let's look at the interest rates. What have they done? Really nothing. They've been up and down, but overall they've kind of been at the same place. This one is showing 4.3. I round up. This one's showing 4.4. I mean, it just is what it is. This is for the rest of the world. This is what they have to pay. For us Naca homies, we're still at 3.65. And my bet is that it's probably going to get 4. And 4 is going to be the norm. So, I don't know when that's going to happen, but I strongly believe that 4 is going to be the norm. 4 is the norm for us. I believe 4 is going to become the norm for us at Naca, not everyone else. Everyone else is already at 4 plus, but I think 4 is going to be the norm for everybody else. So the topic I wanted to talk about is, so a lot of times when I give my testimonial at the Naca ones, I tell people that I've taken advantage or helped other clients take advantage of a lot of the other programs that are being offered. And one of them is about to start kicking in. So the one that I want to talk about today and compare it to the Naca mortgage is the First Front Door. First Front Door was probably one of the first programs that I heard about, and I was just like, boom, let's freaking go. Actually, no, Media Fellowship was the first house. Media Fellowship was the first one. This was the second one for Philadelphia area. I took this program and I freaking ran with it. You know what I mean? And it just worked. So the way that it works, right, is that, let me see if I zoom in on this guy, if it'll be better. It's every March. Oh, there we go. Right there. It says it right there. March 15th is the opening date. So right about now, I will be doing workshops like literally every Friday, every Thursday, and every Saturday, pushing the hell out of this program. I would have lenders literally at the workshop. So you would come, I'd do the workshop, and then we'd do like a little a little social event, and during that social event you can ask me questions, go over to a lender, get pre-approved or pre-qualified, head over to the credit repair person, talk to them. Like, it was a little cool little deal. And the way it works is it would be a 3-for-1, right? So for everyone you put up, this company would, the program would match you for $3, and it capped you at $5,000 total, right? So that was the cool thing. And the things that you need to qualify, lo and behold, are very similar to Naca. Again, you can't be a first-time home buyer, meaning, you must not have owned a home within the past 3 years, or owned a home while you were married, but not as a single person. And this includes if you're married and one of you guys owns a house, then you guys, because y'all together, are disqualified. So we've had a lot of people come to Naca, and maybe the husband owns a house, the wife doesn't, wife wants to buy a house. I say, no, you can't do that. You are married, boo boo. It doesn't work that way. You're married. You guys are both attached. Philadelphia, I mean, PA, all of PA is a communion type deal where everything you own is grouped together and not separated until you divorce. So there's that. Contribute personal funds. You got to contribute that. And this is the difference between NACA and this program. There is no income limit or income maximum. This one has a maximum, a cap on your income. So I've already pulled that up. It says you have to be at or below 80% of the area median income. So for 2016, 2017 is not up. The area median income for Philadelphia is 80,000. So if you're a single person and you make more than 80% of 80,000, which is around 60 something, maybe $64,000, you're disqualified, right? But if you're married, you know what I mean? Like you're just disqualified. You have to make less than that. So right off the bat, there's a cap on what you can do with this program. You can't be a student, right? So if you are a student and you have a part-time job, this doesn't qualify you. NACA doesn't care. Right now, if you're working, you're making income, and you have 2 years in the tax returns to prove it, and the savings pattern, and the W-2s and everything, and you abide by what's in that little yellow book. I don't care if you are working 20 hours a week, as long as you have that income there and your liabilities are low enough, like the stuff you have to pay monthly, are low enough to where you qualify for that, you're good to go. Right now, you might not be balling on a freaking mansion, but it's really easy to sell a student a nice little 1-bedroom condo or a 2-bedroom house or something like that, or an apartment building like, duplex, a small little duplex, live on the first floor with a roommate, rent the top floor out to some of your other people going to college. Very easy to do that. So this one has a limitation where NACA does not. Complete at least 4 hours of homeownership counseling. We have you come to one workshop, so that's pretty similar. You can't receive any cash back at closing. NAC will cut you a check for whatever we owe you, right? So whatever you owe. And the reason this is important is because a lot of times people put a lot of down payment up front to show a stronger offer. Like it makes the seller more comfortable that you're putting up $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 up front as your deposit, saying that you're willing to rock and roll with purchasing this house. This is saying if you overpay up front, you don't get nada back. You can't do that. So that sucks, because a lot of times in a very competitive market, which we are really seeing, you lose that advantage, right? A lot of times what I'll do for NACA members, and some of them are suggesting it themselves because they're understanding how competitive the market is starting to become, they'll put up $11,000 because they know that NAC is going to cut them a check for almost a bunch of that back, because you don't need at settlement you're only paying for your homeowner's insurance and taxes. That's it, right? So if you put it your tax and that those two together, no way in hell is going to be $11,000. So you're going to get a big check at settlement. This is saying you can't get less than $250 back at settlement, which kind of sucks. You have to be in a home for 5 years. The way that this loan works is you're forgiven 20% of the grant that they give you every year. So you have to be there for a minimum of 5 years. Very similar to NACA, except NACA doesn't force you to do whatever. You have to if you do decide to move in 3 to 5 years, you're free to do so. Whatever the case may be, that's fine. That's not really a problem. So that's what's different on the surface. What I really want to get into is what's different on the mortgage. So this mortgage is still giving you this interest rate. Like you're still rocking out with the same interest rate that the rest of the world is rocking out to. Yes, you now have you've been granted up to $5,000. So the down payment you bring is a lot less, right? It's $5,000 less than what the rest of the world is due. And based on a price point, I think it was one up to, let me be generous and just say 200, which is not the number. Let's say you go up to $200,000 and you're paying a lot less out of pocket than what everyone else is. Your interest rate really isn't any better, right? Versus NACA right off the bat, where you're at 3.65. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and see what that looks like in numbers, because you guys know how I love to do the numbers. So we're going to look in detail as to what that really means. And I already picked a house. I think everyone's going to like it. It's on Grogas Lane. It might be under contract. I'm not going to tell you by who. Hint, 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 hint. But it's it's a beautiful house. I think a lot of people would not like this place. Only thing I hate about this place, look at the tile work. They have the rainforest showers. It's just, it's just LED. This is the basement, finished basement, carpeted lights. He has a bathroom down there. I mean, this is only thing I don't like is the opaque floors. funky. I don't like these little patterns. I wish they would have did it upstairs. The neutral grain, you have a fireplace, has 2-car garage. I mean, it's just a pretty solid place. Tough to hate it. His and hers skylight. I mean, it's hard to hate this place. At least I think so. So we're gonna run the numbers on this at 345. Completely doable. Naca will fund this deal so long as it's within your PITI. So let's rock out and show you what those numbers look like. So I have 2 pages up and running. It's the same exact thing. Drop this down to 3.5. This down to 3.5. Oh, and of course, with this mortgage, you have to qualify for a conventional. You know what I mean? So your credit has to be good enough to qualify for. This is a company, Philadelphia Federal Credit Union. I use them all the time for this program. You have to qualify for a conventional. And there are, parts of qualifying for that needs to be, I don't know where it talks about the credit. Where is it? Anyways, there's, because you have to qualify for a conventional, your credit has to be at a certain point, right? And some of them do FHA. I've seen some of them do FHA actually. So, but whatever the case may be, credit is a factor for first rent door, but it's not a factor for Naca. What's on the credit is, right, because we don't want you to have things or whatever. We don't want you to have certain things there. And if you have certain things there, we're going to account for the monthly payment, deduct that from how much you can actually afford. So let's go back and knock these out. So when we're going to do it for Naca, 3.625 is a prevailing rate. We'll do settlement date, push it out. March 13th, that's a good number. Push this out. March 13th. It's May. April 13th, I'm sorry. We're going to say we both get 6%. You get 6% there. 6% here. Earnest money deposit, we'll do 3,500 for both. Homeowners insurance, we'll just do 800 because that's my favorite thing to put in there. A lot of people didn't know that your homeowner's insurance is also based on your credit and past claims that you've had. So past claims mean like if you're driving a car or you have renter's insurance and you have to file a claim, all those things go to the same type of insurance cards and it's going to reflect on what you pay here. So, I've seen people buy like the same new construction build and one group will pay 800 for their homeowner's insurance and then the other group will pay like 1,000. Same deductible, same everything, but because one person was in a car accident or something like that and they filed a claim on their auto insurance, it affects that. Most people didn't know that, just when they put in there as a side note. Interest rate for here, we'll do let's do 4.27. Boom. So we have 2,278. And over here we have 215, just based off the interest rate. I haven't done anything yet, guys. Just based off this one, we're going to do Naca buyer, and this here we're going to do first rent door. I should zoom in and make it so you can see it more. So this is the first front door program. Only benefit, right, is that you're not coming out of pocket as much. But Naca, you don't come out of pocket anyways, right? You don't come out of pocket anyways at all whatsoever. So right off the bat, we're not even doing anything. We haven't done anything right off the bat just because of the interest rate alone. You're at 215, and the Naca, the first front door. Let's put buyer. I'm being anal. I know. I'm sorry. First front door buyer is at 2278. We're at 215 versus 2278, and no one ever says that's a lot. So I always want to tell people that this is a 30-year mortgage. People kind of forget that, and I just want to remind them what these little differences mean. 2278.47. 12338. Let's do that. 123 times 12. So that's $1,400 a year times 30. That's $44,000 already is the difference just based on what your monthly payment, the difference in your monthly payment. So over 30 years, Naca buyer has already pocketed $44,000, right? So let's just go ahead and put that in the notes because I want to tally this up. Team Naca, boom, boom, right? We'll just do that. And this is going to change because I'm going to really dive into it, right? We're going to really dive into this. Another thing that you don't have to do with NACA is you get to take advantage of the interest rate buy down. You can't buy the interest rate down on the first front door, right? So what you can do with the NACA mortgage is for 30-year loans, for every 1%, let me type this out for you guys. 30-year loan for every 1% of mortgage amount, just the right terminology, mortgage amount, right? Because if you do renovations, it's purchase price plus renovation amount, right? So for every 1% of mortgage amount, you get a 0.25% permanent, whatever. Spell check to the rescue, permanent reduction in interest rate. Boom, right? So 6% equals 6% equals 1.5% reduction in interest rate. And then 10%, which is the max that you can get, equals 2.5 right here. So there's that, right? NACA lets you do that. If seller's giving you 6%, which if you are on my team, we're most likely going to get to you. And by most likely, I mean 99.9% of the time. We'll just do 90%. Let's not be too egotistical, but I'm right what I said the first time. But 6% is going to give us a 1.5% permanent reduction in our interest rate. So let's go back to the NACA buyer, and 3.125 minus 1.125 is going to give us 2.125 just on his interest rate play, right? Because we're getting 6% assist from the seller over here, it's going to drop our interest rate by 1.125. If we're at 3, I'll put it on the calculator, 3.625 minus the 1.5 drop in interest rate is going to give us 2.125. All right, so there's that. That's number one. Oh, snaps, it drops it below the 2,000. Winning. We are winning. So we were already ahead of them by $44,000. Now we're killing them even more. And it doesn't stop there because NACA also has one more trick. No PMI. Oh my God. No PMI. So what the hell is PMI? PMI is one of the things that I don't understand. It's insurance that the lender makes you pay in case you default, so they can cash in on it. You don't benefit from it at all except you get the mortgage. So it wins, right? It works. But with NACA, you don't pay PMI. And in this instance, PMI is almost $300, right? It's $227 is what the PMI is. Over here with the first front door guy, it's the same exact number. PMI is reflective on the purchase price, nothing else. So you have $227 that we're going to be able to pull away. So the final number for the NACA buyer is really 1888.25 minus 277.44. If 16, so that's the final NACA number. This is what the NACA member's mortgage is going to be, right? Because they don't have to pay mortgage insurance. So let's look at this. Oops, wrong one. So let's compare these numbers, right? Oh my God! Like we have $22,000 over here versus $1,600, and this $1,600 you didn't pay down payment. You didn't. Let's do a preview so you can see the difference. Let's do preview report. This is where I start losing my mind, and this is why you guys see me repping NACA so hard. Not just because I got a mortgage from them, but because I think all of my clients deserve a mortgage from them. This is why I don't I don't play or waste my time anymore with First Front Door. I don't do City Lift. I don't do Media Fellowship House. I don't do anything from Chester. All these programs that I used to do and scramble to get my clients in, I don't. It's bruh, Naca. That's it. No FHA, just Naca. No First Front Door, just Naca. No City Lift, just Naca. Just Naca, Naca, Naca. It's that deep, and we're really going to get into the numbers right here, right now. So the cash that you still estimated cash you need to purchase is $10,000, right? And that's because you're getting $20,000 from the seller. So what is that? That's telling me that if you didn't have that 6% assist from the seller, you would need roughly $31,000 to buy this house. I would say 32 because you got to pay for your home inspection. You're going to pay for your appraisal, right? NACA pays for your appraisal. Let's put that down. Which right now what I'm seeing it is 550. So that's 550 that you don't have to pay. In this situation, you have to pay 550. So let's kind of add this up so we don't, it's roughly $30,000. I don't even have to do the math. It's 20 plus 10 is around $30,000, and we put another. Let's just put another 1,000 if you're on the safe side, because you have to pay for your appraisal, which is 550, and then your home inspection, which is probably going to be, let's say, 250. You're going to pay for termite, which is going to be maybe $80, and then or maybe $100, and you're going to pay for radon testing, which might be 125. So 550, we'll do 1,100. We'll do, just call it $3,100. Just whatever, call it $3,100. You got $31 that you're going to be coming out of pocket for, that you would have unless you got the 6%. First Front Door is going to give you 5 of that, right? So now you're going from 30 to 25, right? 25. You're going from 30 to 25, and that's it. And here's the secret: like, realistically, if you're making less than how do I put this nicely? If you're making less than 80% of the median, which is the income bracket, this isn't the kind of house you're going to be looking at. So these numbers are, I'm just kind of thinking about that now as I'm doing it. You wouldn't be able to afford this kind of house if you're making 80% less than the median. If you're, what I mean, than the median salary in the area. So, I'm just, that's the unrealistic part about this, but everything else is completely real. So you'd need at least $30,000 to buy this house normally, with no assist from the seller, just off of your muscle. You'd need at least $30,000 to put down and play a game. But because you're getting 6% seller's assist, you got $10,000 that you still have to bring to the table. NACA is nowhere near that. I'm gonna repeat, NACA is nowhere near that. All right, so right off the bat, you're saving $30,000. Right? Or maybe let's and let's say you're 25 because First Front Door is giving you 5. You're saving $25,000, right? And if I want to be nice, let's just say you're only saving $20,000, right? So right off the bat, you save. So we got 20. It's just like, I don't know how people leave the NACA program because it's frustrating. Like, so what? Right? So you got $20,000 down, and it should be more, but we're going to be nice and just assume, right? $20,000 that you don't have to pay. Now let's really get into this. Let us really get into this, because I want to. Your monthly payment is 22. That's your monthly payment. This is the NACA's monthly payment, right? And it's just mind blowing, right? So we're at 161081, right? Let's do what the difference is, because this is a 30-year mortgage. We're going to subtract that. We're going to get a negative number, but I just want to see what it is, what the difference is. 47 equals almost 667.66. So let's do 667.66 times 12. So in 1 year, there's an $8,000 difference that I'm saving, right? Because of the interest rate. I'm not paying PM and I'm not paying PMI. So this is what it gets me. It gives me an $8,000 difference from you paying for the same exact house versus I'm paying for the same exact house. That's in 1 year. This is a 30-year mortgage. So to compare what it is from start to finish, we're going to multiply this mother sucker times 12, and you get $96,000. So, but we already established that you're saving $20,000 by not having to put it out of pocket to purchase this house. So let's go ahead and add another 20 on top of it. And you have $116,000 that you're saving just from going with the NACA program. So that is why I get excited when I think about the NACA program, because in my mind, like I'm already saving, I'm winning out here. And on top of that, if you do something like, let's say you rent a room out to a friend or something like that. You got a friend. I mean, this is a beautiful house. It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 1,700 square feet. Let's say you said, you know what, let me rent the basement out to my friend. You got a friend or whatever the case may be, or a cousin. You rent the basement out for $500 a month or something like that. All utilities included, whatever. You rent the basement out. Bruh, that just changes these numbers. You might pay this mortgage off before 30 years. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's really not even fair. Like, I don't know how other agents are even pushing anything but the NACA product. You know what I mean? And this is where I start losing my mind, because this is powerful. Like, you guys want to talk about like financial wealth and creating wealth, and like this, if I'm saving this money, like imagine if that's what accrued into my bank account, and I got a daughter that gets into Harvard or something like that 20 years from now, right? And because I was able to pay off my house, I now have this in the bank based on what I saved. That's a check I can write. Like, she doesn't have to worry about whether she got a scholarship or not, or how expensive tuition is. Like, Daddy Warbucks is going to write the check. You go to the school that you got yourself in. We don't have to worry about how it's paid, because I prepared for this. Right. So every time you're struggling to get through the NACA program, like, keep this stuff in mind. Like, this is powerful stuff, man. A lot of you guys come to me about how you want to be investors and this and that. Like, yo, you got to look at the numbers first. And if you look at the numbers, you see how awesome NACA is. So don't get discouraged, people. You're getting paid to go through this frustration. Like, real rap raw, you're literally getting paid to go through this frustration. In 30 years, if I say I got $116,000 waiting for you once you cross the finish line, like, yo, like, relax, okay? Just the $600 a month in payment difference is phenomenal, right? Imagine having 2 houses, the same exact thing. You can either live in the house, you can either go through pain and frustration for 4, 6, 8 months, and then live in the same house for $600 less, or you could just do what you got to do normally and live in a house and pay $600 more. Like, whatever you want. What do you want? Right? So that's really all I wanted to show you guys. And unfortunately, no matter how I dice the cake, no matter what program I compare to NACA, we're going to get similar results. NACA wins every time. And trust me, I've really tried to find alternatives to the NACA program, and I can't. I literally can't. There's nothing that I found that even comes close to NACA. You know what I mean? And a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not going to live in a house." It doesn't matter. $600 a month in savings. No, I don't care how much money you make. It'd be idiotic to go any other route, right? It'd be idiotic to go, if you're really about your money and you watch your dollars. Then no, you can't sit there and have me run these numbers for you, show you that you're gonna save almost 667, same exact house, and tell me you'd rather go somewhere because you don't want to put up with the BS that NACA puts you out there. Bruh, that's BS. Like, bank the $600 a month, put up with the BS, and get your keys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how people rationalize this process any other way. Any other way. I don't understand it. You win on so many fronts with NACA. It's really just rewarding yourself, dude. Like, you reward yourself so many ways, right? Yeah, dude, I don't know what else to tell people. And the reason I get more excited is because there's more to this. If you decide to do let's say you do an apartment building like I did, and let's say here are my numbers. I love these numbers. So I have a spreadsheet, and I send this out to everyone that's looking to, get into the investment game. This is like the numbers I ran in order to make sure I wanted to buy my apartment building, right? We'll do. And, when everything is factored in, all my expenses, property taxes, insurance, maintenance and repairs, utilities if I have to pay any, operating fees, vacancy rate, assuming, my apartment is vacant for some time. I have almost 10 grand or $9,500 in expenses that I don't touch. And when I factor that in along with my mortgage, um, every month I'm pushing out maybe $1,800, call it $1,900. And even in pushing $1,900, I should be able to clear $1,700. Now, let's make sure NAC is not watching. We'll put we'll put 3 units in here, and make sure that I'm living in one of my units, but I'm still able to clear a good $800 a month while living for free. Bruh. Like, and that's my signature 0.65 interest rate. What up, homie? Um, but yeah, like, I just like, dude, like, just get over yourself. Like, people who can't go through the NACA program just have ego issues. Like, I don't understand. Um, you just got to buckle down and knock it out the park. Like, it's like getting into college and you're like, man, I want to graduate already. But it's like, bro, it doesn't work that way. Like, there are courses you need to finish, and then you're good. Like, just get them done, and you'll be fine. And yeah, and trust me, I went through the BS. It is utter BS. There's some things I still don't understand about NACA, as well involved as I am, as well as I know everyone, the regional manager, like, I know everyone, except Tammy Johnson of the hand department, which I hate. I don't hate Tammy, but I hate the hand department. Um, it's just mind blowing, yo. And right now, as we speak, the NACA office, we're like qualifying, like pre-approving maybe 3 to 5 people weekly. So it's almost 20 of you guys that are marching out monthly with this beautiful mortgage product. 20 of you guys that are marching out monthly. So it can be done. I'm helping several people get it done. You can be one of them. And a lot of you guys that watch this already are. Like, you already know the deal. We just got to find the right place. Um, but so yeah, I mean, for those of you who are new, or this is your first time watching one of my videos, like relax. Like, you got this. This is gonna work out. It's gonna be a happy ending. There's a bunch of BS you got to go through. You might hate your mortgage counselor. You might not. I don't know, but it's worth it. And I really wanted to make this video to make sure you guys get the numbers of this stuff, to see why I get so excited about this stuff, and why I'm so passionate, and I'm at every freaking Saturday workshop, trying to meet as many of you guys as I possibly can. Why I let you guys text me as crazy as y'all do and call me as crazy as you guys do, uh, is because, like, yo, at the end of the day, if I'm the agent that puts you guys into these awesome products, and in 30 years you have a completely paid off house and you've saved $100,000+ in doing it, then I'm gonna be able to sleep very well at night, like, legit very well at night. You know what I mean? My goal, not even my goal, what's happening now is I'm slowly becoming the number one guy for NACA, and not just Philadelphia, like PA, like Jersey, like New York, and Delaware. Like, that is what's happening now, and really because of everyone that's watching it. So I never thank you guys, but I'm really that guy because of you guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys it's starting to click. Like, they're starting to put respect on the name, and that's really because of you guys. I think we have about like 96 of you guys. What happens if I search NACA? Where are my NACA guys at? NACA. If I search, 153 of you guys. 153 of you guys right now. 153. So, like, that's like the power of us right now. Like, we're crazy. Like, we're deep. Like, we have 153, and bruh, it's only February 13. Like, come on. Like, I don't know what to say, dude. But I'm very proud of everyone that's kind of moving towards this stuff, definitely stick with it. It's going to pan out. It's going to work out. This is probably the longest video I've ever did in my life, but I definitely wanted to get this off my chest because this is around a time where people start dipping off Naca to go do stuff like First Rent Door, and I'm just like, you don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's quicker. Like, yeah, they do give you a $5,000 grant, but like at the end of the day, when you look at the numbers that I presented to you, no matter how generous you are with everything, it's just not Naca. It really isn't. So I am signing off. Sorry for this super long video. Please forgive me, but it had to be done. Had to be done. All right. Peace.